Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2020. It is week 6. Can you believe it's episode 6 of our weekly You Can Do It video. So as always, I've got a Rookie and Entrepreneur of the Week. I've got shout outs to our K Clubs. I've got some housekeepers for you, and I've got some general thoughts. And it is week 6 right now. For some of you, it might be week 1. For some of you, I don't know, this might even be week 106, depending on where you're at in your college pro career. And one of the things that we talked about at TSB in Ontario is how much energy you put in is purely predicated on how certain you are about the outcome. So right now, you probably have this belief about the potential of what is going to happen. So if you're struggling, let's say, a little bit with PC calling, and you don't believe that putting that time and energy into it is going to get the results, you're probably going to put a little less energy and time into that. If you do that, all of a sudden what happens is you get even less results, which reinforces that belief, which makes you go in a certain direction. And that's what momentum is all made of. If you think that things are going to go well, you go into it with a certain amount of energy and action, all of a sudden you get those results. You believe it's going to be even better. You keep going and going and going and going. And the next 6 to 8 weeks for you are going to be really tough in general, because you've got a lot of competing priorities, and that is perfectly okay. That is the way things are forever. Whenever you're trying to do something big, if you've got ambitions, you're always going to have competing priorities. I've got things that I like to do in my personal life. I've got my family. I've got the business. I have TSA last weekend in Ontario, TSB, I guess not this weekend coming up, but next weekend at West. I'm away a lot right now. It's that time of the year. I was talking to Kevin Esau about this today, just in general, about how we're both excited about the idea of how much stuff that we've got on our plate. But what that means is there's constant friction, and being okay with that doesn't mean it feels good, but being okay with that means that you can have the right perspective to be able to go out and do the things you need to do. So keep that in mind as you go through over the next few weeks. You're going to have school, you're going to have exams that come up, you're going to have exam periods, you're going to have trainings, you're going to have PCs to call, your team to book, your family to see, lots of different things going on in your world. That is perfectly okay. That might feel stressful, but if it does, that's okay too. It is okay to be stressed about something that you're doing that you really care about, and that you got to put a lot of time into. So remember that as you go through the next little while. We're all in it together. You can talk to your coach about how to make plans. We've got the PC support program that's being put through our PC care, or the care center in general, that Sam is operating. There's lots of resources, there's lots of options. All you got to do is ask a better question, and you'll get a better answer. Instead of why is this happening, or why can't I do that? What would it take to get this done? How can I make sure that I get done everything that I need to get done in my world? Asking those questions are going to give you better options. So a couple real quick housekeepers. I mentioned it just there, is the PC support program. It's going to be run through the care center. Talk to your coach if you haven't already about whether or not you'd like to opt into that and use that resource. Recruiting your teams is going to be one of the top priorities right now. Make sure that you're talking to your coach about that constantly, every single week. That should be something you're going through in GSNR until you've got your team fully hired. Ideally, you'll have it done before you start exams. The online estimator is working right now, so for those that are away from your turf, it is a huge tool, a huge resource. I wish I had it when I was a franchisee. I'd use it all through the summer too, I think. If instead of driving out to a house that's 20, 30 minutes away, using that, even if your price is a little bit off, is a huge asset for you. You can find it at TLSWC. That's TLSWC.collegepro.com. And the calendar sync, it should be up and working for all your jobs right now. That said, you may not see them all in your Google Calendar. We're working on pushing that a little bit further out, but it should be going, it should be working properly. If it's not, again, let your coach know. The tech priorities right now are our number one priority. We're pushing really hard to make sure we get everything in tip-top shape, the way it needs to be for production season. So K Clubs. We're going to start off with K Clubs first. It was cool to see some people really moving through the K Clubs. That said, I think overall, again, progress and consistent progress is what's going to create momentum. So make sure that you're putting that in. And if you're having troubles with it, talk to us. We have every resource that you need to get to where you want to go. So the K Clubs, for those that might be new, they are your sales benchmarks. As you move through the K Clubs, they get a little bit more exclusive. It's like an exclusive club, bar. You got to wait a little bit longer. You got to work a little harder. You got to maybe even know somebody to get into it. So with that said, we're going to start off with the 10K club. Starts off with Alexandru at 10.5, Austin Udy, you're at 12.7, Braden Hudson at 12.1, Chris Van Galen at 10.8, Connor Clark Bob at 12.8, Daniel Boughton, you are at 12.5. Harmon Singh, 11.9. Noah Asbridge at 11.4. Eric Phillips at 11.4. Kathleen Turner at 11.8. Jimenez, you're at 13.2. Hugo Hayes Montoya at 12.6. Joe Lavoie, you're at 12.2. Josh McKill up at 12.5. Jalen Jackson at 14K. Matthew Vucic at 14.1. Joseph Giffen at 10.7. Max Lowe at 12.5. Michael Church at 13.7. Cody Bereza at 10.5. Welcome to 10K Club. Rowan, you're at 12.6. Ben Seeley at 10.9. Durham, you're at 10K. And Zach Irvine, 2 weeks in, man, you're already in the K Clubs. Congrats. Great job at 11K. 15K Club. Alex Dirksen kicks it off at 15K. Eric DeCosta at 16.7. Drew Breen at 17.8. Jesse Kwachinski at 19. Catherine Stokes at 15.8. Musamil, you're at 19.3. Owen Healy at 16.5. Erica McAllister at 18.4. Lucas Aiken, you are at 16.5. And Dylan Giles at 19.7. A couple of you are real tight there. You're going to definitely cross into 20K Club this week. 20K Club kicks off. Emma Schuler. It's really good to see you last weekend. I loved the conversation we had about just perspective in recruiting and coaching and training. Really great job this year so far. Kaylin Clark at 12.8. Jamie Schultz at Kaylin Clark at 20.8. Jamie Schultz at 20.3. Midori Clark Bob at 20.2. James Britton at 23.8 with another solid week there. James, 25K Club, alone in it. Peter Dirksen. It's a pretty exclusive club, but then we kick into the 30K Club, alone there too. Mr. Joel Warner, 33.5. Nice job, Joel. Skipping the 35K Club, it's empty. No line at the 40K Club. 45K Club is empty. The 50K Club, starting to get exclusive, but we got Slade in there at 52.9. Emma Seed Binney at 51.7. And Kean, you're in there at 51.6. Awesome job. And then we skip the 55K Club. Then we skip the 60K Club. Then we go to the 65K Club. Nobody there. We take a peek in the 70K Club. Still empty. The 75K Club, vacant. We almost give up and go home, but we find Dylan Horner in the 80K Club. So Dylan, again, great job. 83.7. You're off to an awesome start. Obviously, congratulations. I know you got a big goal. Long way to go for you still. Lots of work to do, but you're booking it, and that's it's awesome to see. So again, top 5 as they stand right now. Dylan Horner at 83.7. Then it would go Slada at 52.9. Then we'd be at Emma Seed Binney at 51.7. Kean at 51.6. And then Joel Warner at 33.5. Those are your top 5. Again, if you're having trouble, if you need anything, feel free to reach out to these people. They're booking work. They're doing a great job. There's lots of people out there doing a lot of work right now. So make sure that you're talking to each other. You are a huge resource to one another. So as we looked at the Entrepreneur and Rookie of the Week, the Entrepreneur of the Week nominations, one of them, no surprise, Dylan Horner. He booked over $6,000 last week. It was TSB. Great job. You're continuing that momentum. We got Max Kolnick, 18 estimates last week. You did more than you said you were going to do. You booked over $4,500 in new customers. Awesome job, Max. James Britton, you booked $6,400 almost in PCs. You're almost at that halfway point of your PC list. Rock solid week again. And then Kean booking $10,398 in PCs, pushes you over the 50K mark for 2020. Awesome job last week, Kean. There's your nominations for Entrepreneur of the Week. Rookie of the Week, Musamil. Booked $3,300 in PCs. You really pushed across that 50% mark. Huge, great job focusing on the proximals. That is going to take you a long, long way. I promise. Great to see you this weekend. Great job last week. Jalen Jackson booked $4,200 in PCs. He let his coach know as he left TSB, he was $300 short of his goal. Had a 2-hour drive home, but made a few extra calls to make sure you hit it. That's awesome, Jalen. Knowing your goal, hitting it, pushing it. Great job, man. Great to see you too this weekend. Micah booked about $2,500, completed 17 estimates last week. Again, that's great seeing the estimate side of the business go. You're doing the work to make sure that you can build that business and get it going again. Durham, another rock solid week again. $4,500 in PCs. It's only your second week of the business. You're out of the country all week, but you wanted to cross that 10K total line, and you found yourself in a K Club. And Zach Irvine, just over $7,000 last week booked in PCs. It's just your second week in the business, man. Great job last week. Congratulations on an awesome start, Zach. And look forward to seeing you at TSB out west in a couple weeks. So, I don't know, seniors, I don't know if you saw that, but there's a few more rookie nominations than seniors. So you guys got to get going here. So with that said, the winners right now, start with Rookie of the Week, Zach Irvine. Zach, congratulations, man. Again, second week in the business, throwing up some awards. You get some hardware. awesome to see. Congratulations, 2 weeks in. Great job. Great momentum to start. Entrepreneur of the Week. It's going out west too. Out west with a sweep this week with Kian. Kian, what a beauty week, man. Congratulations getting over that 50K mark. Booked over 10 grand last week. Very well deserved. So that's both of those went out west, but west, be careful. Ontario was at TSB last week. Ontario, you've got the opportunity to sweep it next week. Take advantage of that opportunity. So again, everybody, remember, there is so much going on right now. There are so many people that are making amazing progress. They're doing it. You can do it too. I absolutely promise. There is nobody in this business right now that's trying to do something that I don't personally believe that you can do. We're not trying to put a rocket on Mars. We're just trying to book some previous customers, have some people let us come clean their windows this year. You can absolutely do it. It's not complex, doesn't mean it's not challenging, but momentum is everything. It is always happening. We're all pulling for you. Have a fantastic, fantastic week. We'll talk to everybody soon.